I did show you a quick view around the allotment middle of March, early March, when there wasn't really much to see. However, now as we get to the end of April, there is many more things going on. We're also in the middle of a heat wave. I don't know if you can actually see it. There's a bit of blue sky up there. It's actually blue near enough all the way around. Just a few wispy clouds. And tomorrow is supposed to be hotter, which is fine because I'm outside at Oxborough giving tours, which has to be better than being in the house on a lovely sunny day. So I'll just have a quick walk round and then you can see what has been done and what has not. Well, here we are down at the bottom of the plot, and when we were here last time this was still waiting to have the matting put on it, which as you can see has happened. And we have also got the first batch of cabbages in. There's 8 of those. There's another 8 or so at home for the second phase, which are not ready. They'll be the same variety, so that should see us through to the early summer, midsummer time, which is good. And I've got lots of cauliflowers as well, which will be going in this end portion, and obviously I need to get some more netting to actually cover them over. Over here we had the cage at the time. Hello.
Admiring your work.
Yeah, keeping my friend in America updated where I am. This bed, when you saw it last time, still had the cage on it, but now it's actually got the potatoes in. You can't see anything yet, but you can see the sticks where the rows are. There's a bit of rubbish coming up, but hopefully the potatoes will be up before too long. But we could do with some rain. I didn't have rain for a long time. I remember when we last had rain. This bed is the marigolds. I have sown the marigolds. There's a few that have come up with their own, but the seed ones have not. You might be able to see some of the seeds here. No, probably not. I can just see a few. They'll come sooner or later. This one also has potatoes in as per the plan. And once again, I've actually hoed this one today. Get the rubbish off a bit. I won't be able to do that for long because they'll start coming up. Then I'll need earthing up. I don't know what else we'll do. This one's now got the onions in. You can see the onions coming up. Doing nicely. I do them slightly differently to the way they tell you. I actually bury mine and then the birds don't seem to get in there and pull them up. And then down this end we have the shallots. And left over from last year, a potato. So that's going to be interesting. Onions and potatoes. Now this bed it's a work in progress, still is, and it was going to have some more potatoes in to help clear it, but I managed to get them in the other two beds. So I will be putting the climbing beans on here, but I've got a couple of low beans which were at home down here already. The rhubarb has gone berserk. Because we've had so little rain, it keeps wanting to flower. And once that happens, you can't use it anymore. I've got to pick some more of that before I go home today. But there's not a shortage. If I knew what the customs duty was, I'd send you some. The pea cage has gone up, and I have a row of peas in, or double row of peas in, to start that off. There are still marigolds growing here, but the broad beans have come on in leaps and bounds. And in fact, we even have some flowers. So they will be starting to reduce soon. I don't worry that they don't get as tall as people want them, as long as we get the beans off them. And over here, this bed has been started with a row of carrots and a row of beetroot. I was going to put turnips in, but I've got the wrong ones, so I've got to come buy some more. But obviously they've not come up yet, they've only been in a few days. So, as you can see, a bit of difference from last time. The apple trees at the top They have indeed been, and still are in fact, in blossom. I don't actually really want any apples on it this year. I want them to get their roots down. But they're very pretty with their blossom. And it shows at least they're productive. The pears at home have actually got some pears on them this year, which is good. That'll be their first year. The hawthorn is starting to come out. The walnut tree has woken up. With its flowers, its leaves rather. I'll get the sunny bars, can't see. Whether we get any walnuts this year is in the lap of the gods. Comfrey is all in flower, that need to be harvested soon and make some comfrey juice to get me through the year. There's always things to do. Come round the back, you see Glynis's flower bed. Oh, there we are, just a quick look round again. A bit different from the empty plot. So these are the second lot of cabbages that are ready. One of them's been got at by somebody. So they'll be going down in a couple of weeks. We've actually got a whole pile of cosmos here. And here for going in the garden. We'll make a splash of colour in the autumn. The sweet peas, I'm really just waiting to be sure there's no more frosts and the tulips have disappeared before I plant those. And then over here we have the cauliflowers. I don't know how you can see those. Over here we have the cauliflowers, which are so bright today. I'll find spots of shade so you can see there's quite a few of those. We should be going in. More of them came up than I had actually anticipated. There's the tomato plants. They're moving on slowly. So the sweet peas are actually going to go down here against these truss. So this one's fairly clear. We'll put those in. And as you can see, these ones, the tulips are still doing rather well, so I don't want to disturb those. Put sweet peas in. Always a problem. Fortunately, there's always a solution. Right. So, till next time then.